Hi, Kunimitsu here. I'm I really, really want to say I'm surprised by this fan base. I really want to say that I'm shocked at this fan base. But considering this happens so often, every season, every single new cast, I can't say I'm surprised. What I am surprised by is the new level it has been taken to for this person. So, you read the title of the video, you see my icon, you know exactly who I'm talking about. The cast for season 14 of RuPaul's Drag Race has recently been announced. And one of the contestants on this season has been receiving an unnecessary amount of backlash, an unnecessary amount of pushback and hate for something they have zero control over. So I will say it. Those who didn't read the title of the video, we are talking about Maddy Morphosis. Maddy Morphosis is a contestant on RuPaul's Drag Race and the very first heterosexual cisgendered male to compete on the show. Now, normally you would think everybody would be all on board for that, because we've been preaching for years. We want to see other kinds of drag. We've been preaching for years that drag is for everyone. Drag is all encompass. You can be a woman doing female drag. You can be a man doing male drag. You can be non-binary and do gender neutral drag. You can do any drag that you wish to do. Any drag. All drag is valid. If you are a woman who wants to do male drag, all power to you. If you're a man who wants to do female drag, all power to you. If you are just anybody who wants to do drag in general, all power to you. That is what many of us have been saying for years, is that drag is for everyone. So you think with that mantra, somebody being casted and them being straight wouldn't be that big of a deal. You think it would be like, oh, congrats. Oh, this is going to be fun. Oh, this is nice. I understand being thrown off by it. It's something you've never seen before, something you've never processed before, something you've never thought of before. I can understand being thrown off by it. But that's not why this video is being made. Oh, no. This contestant is receiving hatred for literally no reason. First of all, Maddy Morphosis auditioned for the show because the auditions allow for queens to, audition. It is important to keep one thing in mind. Maddy is a drag queen. Maddy performs in drag. Corsets, heavy makeup, high heels, performs numbers, does every single thing that everyone else has done on the show fits pretty much every criteria. So, of course, he's going to get on the show. He has no control over getting on the show. That goes to whoever is in charge of casting, whether that be RuPaul, production, or a separate source. Whoever is in charge of casting is who casted Maddy, not Maddy herself. And another thing, this is what made me extremely upset and made me want to make this video in the first place. Do not blame Maddy Morphosis for the show's inability to add a drag king on the show. I have been seeing comments on multiple sources blaming Maddy for something that he did not do. This man has done nothing wrong. All he did was get casted on a show, the same as everyone else. Was hoping for, he could finally talk about it. He finally got his promo finally got shown. Thinking he could finally openly talk about it, be excited, all that stuff. And instead of getting met with praise, love, and all that stuff, he's met with hate. And he's blamed. He's blamed for something he cannot control. Firstly, let's go over the first main thing I've been seeing online. He has been blamed for quote unquote taking away opportunities from members in the LGBTQ community. First things first, no, he is not. Also, hello, Egg. Firstly, no, he's not taking anybody's opportunity away at all. As previously stated, production, RuPaul, or whoever is in charge of casting is who casted him. If you are going to blame anybody for taking anybody's opportunity away, it is them. Yes, this is live, Egg. I can send you a link if you want to join. Kind of going off about Maddy right now because I saw some more unnecessary comments. So, back to what I was saying though, Maddy is not to blame for any of that. Maddy didn't take anyone's opportunity away. He auditioned just like everyone else. All right, I will send you a link. Give me a second. Okay, so while we're waiting for that, Maddy is not, I sent you a link, Egg, it's in your DMs. Maddy is not the cause of Drag Kings not being on the show. So stop blaming him for that. Maddy is not the cause for more cisgendered women being on the show. Again, all he did was audition. You don't need to blame him for something he has no control over. It is ridiculous that that is what y'all have chosen to resort to. Like I mentioned many times already, he does not have any control over who gets casted on this show. And need I remind you, the same people, oh no. Hey, Egg, you want to add something on to this?
Yeah, I've heard your conversation. your monologue, and I'm just like I just have to say that Maddie Morphosis being in the show breaks boundaries. It
Mhm.
breaks stereotypes of gender, and it breaks the stereotypes uh of sexuality. It breaks a lot of barriers for a lot of people.
Mhm.
Now I feel like straight guys can see this and maybe understand and possibly even join queer art. We are not asking them to like be all drag queens, but
Mhm.
we gotta keep in mind the first the first drag queens that existed were possibly straight men, and
Danny
second of
LaRue.
all, yeah, Daniel. But even before that, like the plays in Japan, where in Kabuki theater,
Mhm.
in the plays of Shakespeare, for example, all of them were like possibly straight men.
Yeah. And there were
Histor-
straight women who did drag as kings back in the day too.
yes, yeah, like historically, we have had straight drag queens, and we cannot deny that. And also, we like, I don't know why people are hating on the fact that he's straight. It's like reverse homophobia to me. Well, I know that straight people have a privilege and all, but
Mhm.
just because they have a privilege doesn't mean we have to hate them back. That's not
Yeah.
how equality works. Equality is equality. Hate is hate. They are different things, and y'all have to live with that, period.
Hmm. And the other thing about this season that makes because the main arguments people are giving is he's taking away opportunities, which we've already gone over is not the case because he has no control
Yeah,
over who gets casted and who doesn't.
yeah, that's production's control.
Yeah. And
Okay,
another
and
thing,
also wait, I have to quote Divina de Campo in this.
mm,
Bullshit, Vivian, bullshit.
and now we're demonetized, but that's okay. We accept it in
Oh,
this case.
well, you weren't getting money anyways.
True. It's so true, girl. But the other thing is the same people that are coming for Maddie and saying that, oh, he's taking away opportunities from other artists. Did y'all completely miss the fact that we have two out trans women on this season
Yeah,
who are kind of getting overlooked right now because of the hate Maddie's receiving?
yeah, we have to praise Cornbread and what was the name of the other girl? I'm sorry.
Carrie
Carly?
Colby.
Carrie. Okay, I'm sorry. So we have to praise Carrie and Cornbread, and we have to stop hating on Maddie because, like, it's not her fault that she was
Mhm.
casted. It's not her fault that she's straight. It's the same with gay people. Like, when like homophobic people hate us, like it's
Mhm.
not our fault we are gay. It's not
Yeah,
Maddie's fault that he's straight.
yeah. And the thing is, and I said it, you probably heard it earlier in the stuff too, but he clearly knows how to do makeup,
Oh,
clearly knows how to
definitely.
wear heels, very clearly knows how to cinch. Like he's doing everything else that everybody else on this season can do.
I'm
Well,
just gonna say it.
assuming.
I'm just gonna say it. This straight white cisgender man is doing way better than some of the gay girls, and that's a fact.
Literally.
I'm
And
looking at
y'all are,
you, Madame La Queer. No, just kidding.
yes,
Just kidding.
and y'all are all so pressed by that.
I
Y'all are
think people
so
are,
pressed by that.
yeah, people are just weird.
And I can understand, like, I can understand being thrown off by this I can understand being like, oh, really? Like, it's surprising. I don't know where people's minds are with saying he's the reason drag kings aren't on. That's ridiculous.
Maybe because, I mean, they could use his spot with a drag king, but it's very unlikable. And also, we gotta keep in mind that I don't think a lot of drag kings sign up for this show.
Yeah, I
Because,
think,
okay, so I could definitely see a drag queen in this, in RuPaul's Drag Race. Like, definitely. But I think it would be hard. Because male fashion isn't really like stunning. It's more basic and plain. So the drag king would have to be like walking around eggshells to like gag RuPaul, and I don't think that's comfortable. At least for me, I wouldn't be
yeah,
comfortable being like, oh, I have to step it up really badly so I can get a spot
yeah.
in this competition. Yeah,
And even then, like, even if you take that into account, most of the categories that are for the runways are very female centric.
yeah. There's like we haven't had any male related category because all of the
Yeah,
fashion scene is more, it's either androgynous or a straight up female.
yeah.
So yeah.
And this isn't to say, because I know what someone's going to do though if they see this live out of context. This is not us saying that we don't want drag kings on the show. We support drag kings on the show. We
Oh, I
want
love
that.
them. They are
Yeah,
lovely and so they're just the best.
yeah. We want drag kings on the show, but we
What we're
acknowledge
saying
the
is,
hurdle.
yeah, what we're saying is that it's not Maddie's fault.
Maddie is not the cause of that. And another thing, I saw someone saying the other day that they were upset about a cisgender woman not being on this season, which again, I understand the need for it. I get the reason it's there. But at the same time, we just got one on UK season 3. And it is important to note that UK and season 14 were filming right next to each other, back to back.
Yeah. And also, we're possibly getting like the same girl in season 4 of UK.
Yeah.
It's really possible that Victoria Scone comes back.
Oh, very possible, without a doubt.
Oh, I just want to see her win because she has
Hmm.
everything to win.
Yeah. I 100% am beyond, let me rephrase that. Behind that idea. I was going to say beyond, but I meant to say behind.
Yes.
I am 100% behind that idea. Um, but yeah, the thing about Maddie, because that's the main thing, it gets annoying, especially when they're saying, oh, now he's invading spaces. He's not invading, first off, he's not invading anyone's space.
Yeah.
Y'all let Michelle Visage into your spaces. She's a straight drag queen. Nobody ever says a word about that.
Well, basically, yeah.
And another thing, I've seen some comments also accusing him of being a quote unquote culture thief.
No.
And that's
Just
just
no.
ridiculous because there's no, firstly, yes, I'm aware drag and majority of the people that are doing drag are not straight. I'm aware of this, but it is not to say that there aren't straight performers. For example, Danny LaRue. Perfect
Yeah,
example.
and also we gotta keep in mind this is this is not a culture at all. This
Mhm.
is queer art, and everyone is
Yes.
allowed to do queer art as long as they do it respectfully and with a lot
Yes.
of love.
Yeah, because
Wait,
we don't see Maddie. I would understand the hate for Maddie if there were some things that she said. I'd understand the hate if I don't know, she's going around Twitter saying, "Fuck you faggots. I hope you all die." Like if she was doing that, I would
girl,
understand. But
we are
that's not
getting
what's
double
happening.
demonetization.
Oh, honey, it's already been demonetized.
Yes. But yeah, the point is, she isn't even racist, she isn't homophobic, she's an ableist. Like, what are you guys complaining about? We had queens that did really fucked up shit. Like, Ocean Aqua Black in Canada. We had,
Mhm.
who else is. We had Shiver Pie. We had Soju. We had Sharon Needles. We had I mean, Tyra Sanchez. Not Tyra Banks. But the point
I mean,
is,
Tyra Banks did do fucked up shit too.
I know. But the point is, if y'all want to hate on somebody, hate on the people that do harm to another person. I don't think Maddy
Yeah,
Morphosis goes around killing gay people. You
I don't think him coming into a gay bar is going to pose any threat,
know, I
especially
think,
because
wait, I think that the only people, sorry, the only people that think Maddy Morphosis is wrong by being in the show are fucking 12-year-olds.
literally,
Yeah, because if you're grown enough, you would understand that this is breaking boundaries as much as, for example, Gottmik was on season 13, breaking boundaries of gender, saying, I might, I might have been, I might have transitioned into a man, but that doesn't mean I can't do drag. This is the same. Like, I might,
yeah,
I might like woman as a man, but that doesn't mean I cannot do drag. It's the same thing. And you guys are just crying and whining about it on Twitter. How fucking dare you? There are, you know, it makes me think a lot of, like, it makes
mhm,
me think a lot. Because I see a lot of Americans complaining about everything nowadays. I don't
yeah,
see that. I don't see that in Latin America here. I
yeah.
think what made American ew, my English is so bad. What made Americans so spoiled and so whiny about everything is that you guys have a privilege. You guys have money. Most of you at least can live a normal life.
Mhm,
That's why you guys literally complain about every single little thing that is shown to you.
yeah,
Because if you see like fans from another countries, if you see like fans from Latin America, for example, we are
mhm,
not complaining. We do not complain about anything.
mhm. And the other
Honestly,
thing,
uh,
you want to know what's one other thing that should have been a dead giveaway? That
yeah,
Maddie is truly an ally. First off, it is an ally. Allies
yeah.
can do drag too. Look at Michelle Visage. But
Michelle Visage is an ally. Yeah,
continuing though, Maddie is in a relationship with a bio queen.
that's really sweet.
That should already tell you right there that she's that she understands it. She is for other styles of drag.
Yeah,
Are y'all gonna have that same reaction if Maddie's wife gets on the show? Or are y'all just going to be mad at Maddie because he's a straight white man?
I think people are just mad at Maddie for no reason. I saw a lot of people, hateful people, saying on Discord servers like, "Oh my god, I bet their trauma story and their storyline is gonna revolve around being straight." And I'm like, just why? Like, why
First
can't
of
you
all,
guys just enjoy the fucking season? Enjoy the queens. This is like a gay fashion show. That's what it all is about. Why are you guys just
yeah.
complaining about everything?
And we don't know what his trauma is. For all we know, he could have grew up
Yes,
poor.
exactly. We like he could have been like trigger warning. Like he could have gone through depression, abuse, sexual assault. He could have been through a lot of things, and people are just hateful and saying, "Oh, they have no personality. They're straight." Blah blah blah. You know, straight people can also suffer. They don't
Mhm.
suffer from discrimination of gender or sex, obviously, but
Yeah.
they can suffer. They can suffer, bitch. Like all generations are fucked up because they suffered.
Yes.
They all
And
have
we don't.
internalized trauma they didn't solve.
Mhm. And realistically speaking, this person has probably been through it. He's probably been through some trauma in
Everyone has
in the
been through.
straight community. In the straight
Yes.
community, there's no doubt in my mind that they have probably not accepted him. Because I actually did do some research with on Maddie before she got announced. Because obviously everybody knows. Everybody who knows me knows
Spoilers.
I look up the cast before it's announced. I did some research on Maddie, and Maddie literally said that at one point they questioned if they were gay because they were feminine,
Yeah,
because
and
they
that's
wanted to
fucked
wear
up.
women's clothing.
That's why we need Maddie on the show to break boundaries and stereotypes. Because
Hmm.
if we keep thinking that straight men can't do drag and um they cannot be feminine, we're gonna be stuck with the same. We're not gonna advance as society. Like if you're a
Yes.
straight man, wear a fucking blouse, wear a fucking skirt, do whatever the fuck you want.
Hmm.
And don't let people say, "Oh my god, this is queer appropriation." I don't care. As a gay person, I don't care. You can wear makeup, you can wear dresses, you can wear skirts, you can wear blouses. I don't care. And you know what? If you are wearing those things, I live for you. I
Hmm.
live for you, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't what the fuck is that queer bait thing about? Like I don't really know. People say queer bait is when straight men appropriates queer culture to their advantage, which of course is a nasty thing to do, appropriating any culture for advantage.
Hmm.
I think it's really nasty to do that, but we gotta realize that it's just usually clothing and makeup. Like they are never gonna be gay. They are never gonna have these spies that gay people have. So why even bother?
Yeah.
Why even complain about it?
And on top of that, Maddie is sticking up for most of the cast. He literally said the first thing he said on Twitter after getting announced was not to send transphobia, racism, or sexism at all. That's literally the first thing he said.
But you know, people want to be hateful and think Maddie is a monster for some reason. Usually, I like to think two things. People that hate on Maddie are usually just 12-year-olds
Yeah.
or people with really deep inside trauma.
Or privileged.
That as well. Because as I said, Americans complain a lot about everything because you guys have privilege.
Mm.
Like, you guys
'Cause-
can complain about a straight person being on a gay show. I am here complaining because my rights are being violated every single day because my economy is dying out and because in my country, being gay is not as accepted as in the US. So honestly, everyone that complains about things on a gay show can honestly shut the fuck up already. Shut up. There's
Literally.
major things. There's kids, there's people, there's animals dying from hunger in Africa, and you're out here whining about a straight man on a gay show. How the fuck dare you? There are real life
Literally.
problems. Yeah.
Like, for example, I'm probably butchering this name wrong, so I'm not even going to attempt it. I'll just say the ending part of the name. I understand the hate that Alex, I'll say the second part of the name, Alex is getting right now. That is
Matante Alex?
justified. Yeah, that one, Matante Alex. That is justified hate. I don't
Yes.
wish death threats or anything, but that is justified hate.
Yeah. Like, if a person is, like, with reliable sources being, what's the name? If the,
Allegedly, we have to say allegedly to protect
yeah,
ourselves.
if they, if they have alleged things from reliable sources like Kiara, Denim Pussy,
Mm,
Kimura Amor, Eve 6000, like, all of them have come out and said they're part of their story. We have, like, a reliable source, and that's why we cancel them. Or with Cherry Pie, she addressed the allegations and said they were true, which we can also,
twice.
like, yeah, we can trust Cherry Pie, because why would she say the allegations were true if they weren't? That would be dumb. But
Hmm.
yeah, we cannot just cancel somebody without any allegation, without anything even remotely bad.
Yeah.
Like, I think people that hate on straight people just don't have straight friends. Just don't
Mhm.
know how. Yeah, it's just dumb to me.
Yeah. Like, I've never seen a contestant get so much hate within a matter of seconds after their release
Yeah. Well, we
since,
well we saw Sherry Pie, but that's another
well, Sherry
case.
Pie, yeah, Sherry Pie at least was not receiving hate until 2 weeks later. This one
Yes.
got hate right out of the gate.
Oh, it's disgusting. Reminds me of when people were quote unquote canceling PewDiePie.
Mhm.
Like, the biggest YouTuber ever. They were canceling PewDiePie over his Spotify playlist that got leaked that had hyperpop and some gay artists like Arca. Like, do you even realize what the fuck you're complaining about, girl? About a straight guy listening to Arca? What's your fucking problem? What's your problem?
That's what I say every single day is just like,
Every
I
day I
want
lose
to
sleep.
say that I'm surprised. I wish I could say I'm surprised by this behavior in the fan base, but it is
Yeah,
such commonplace in the fan base. This is such common behavior that it's just truly hard to be surprised by it anymore because we know it's there. We
yeah,
know it's going to happen every single season.
yeah. We know, like,
We know it is.
people are gonna be mad at something for no reason.
Oh, imagine how pissed they're going to be if Maddie actually does good on the show.
Oh, if I see somebody complaining, I'm gonna shut them up, honestly. Not gonna be rude, honestly,
Literally.
but, like, I'm just gonna avoid
And
them at
if,
all costs.
and if the comments were just a simple, I'm not a personal fan of your style of drag, that I'm happy you're here, then there wouldn't be an issue because there's not an issue with not being a fan of her drag. The
Yeah,
issue, I mean, Maddie literally said she had to take a break from social media just because the hate got so out of hand.
that's not good. That's not good.
And the season's not even out yet. So imagine, oh my god, yeah, we're gonna have to be on extra defensive mode for this one because there's literally no reason to be sending hate to this person.
I'm gonna say it. If it's not okay to send death threats to queens that have done absolutely worse things than this, it's not okay that to send death threats to somebody for being straight. Like, what the fuck is going on with you?
Literally,
This is not activism. This is not equality. This is discrimination, and you are making this wonderful person feel bad, and that's just not good. You guys
yeah.
realize that with this we only create more hate, and we are not going to break the boundaries, and the only thing we create is like s- people are going to start hating us again.
Mm. And I do actually want to address one more comment because this is another thing I saw people pointing out. Okay, so minor spoiler alert for people who have not watched the Meet the Queens. But in Maddie's interview, Maddie had made a comment that was clearly meant to be a joke, and people are taking even this one-off comment as a negative thing. And it was when he jokingly said, "Oh, it's about time a straight white guy gets a piece of the pie," or something like that. That
Guys,
was
do you know what sarcasm is?
literally, it's sarcastic. And you know what this is another thing that kills me. Y'all know who he's making fun of, right?
He's making fun of himself.
Literally, not just that. He's making fun of those privileged people that think they're oppressed and ignore actual oppression. That's what he's making fun of.
Yeah,
That's literally what he's making fun of. I'm sorry. Is he not allowed to make that joke because he's straight?
I hate it when people do that. Like, oh my god, you cannot joke about this because you're this. Bitch, I don't care. Like, I joke about everything, about anything, about everyone. I am not discriminating. I'm just being equal. I'm just being equal.
Literally.
Like, I love it when my straight friends joke about me being gay. I just love it.
Yes.
I feel,
And I don't
yeah,
I don't have a problem. Maddy Morphosis, if you somehow come across this video, I as a trans woman accept you on this show. I accept you in our community. You
yeah.
are welcomed in this community.
And I, as a gay faggot, accept you.
Literally. Like there's no issues with you being on the show. And it's just frustrating that this has to happen every year. Anytime we get anything new, we get hate. Victoria Victoria yeah, Victoria is the one that's the woman. Okay. I always mix her and Veronica's name up. But Victoria got the similar amount of hate when she first got announced. I saw
Yeah.
Gottmik got similar hate to a smaller degree, but still visible hate.
Why do you even hate on Gottmik? That's literally like transphobic.
It is, but that's how this fan base is. They're fucking awful.
They are fucking disgusting, girl.
Like they are just terrible. There's there's no other way around it. You can't do anything to please them, no matter which side you're on. You could be you could be on the side that is supposedly the righteous side, and they're just as stuck up as the racist side.
I saw I saw somebody canceling Pythia, like censoring her name and everything,
For
just
what?
because
What does
they
she
didn't
do?
like her.
Uh, Girl, there's many queens I don't like, but I don't censor their fucking names.
Yeah, yeah. Like for example, I don't like Elliot with two T's. I don't like her. Like I really don't like. I don't dislike her because I don't dislike anyone. But I don't really feel anything for her. Like
Yeah.
I don't feel excited
She,
for her drag. I don't feel excited for her performances. And I know
yeah.
she said some like weird stuff about Simone being black girl magic but less aggressive, which I
Yeah.
understand is a joke, but a really a joke with really bad taste. But
Yeah.
like I am not sending death threats to her.
Hmm. And that's the thing I wish people would approach situations like. But
I
I mean,
have
you brought it up. You brought it up earlier about Ocean.
yeah,
Ocean, just to be clear, people, in case we didn't become clear, we're not advocating for hate to be set to Ocean. That was just an
no,
example that we were just bringing up. It's fair to critique a problematic queen. It is a different thing when you're attacking their appearance, their weight, the way they
yes.
talk, or sending death threats. Like that's unnecessary stuff, but that's unfortunately reality.
Yeah, it's quite disgusting, gonna say it. And you know, like the worst part about it is that due to this hate, a lot of queens have actually tried to end their lives. Ilona Verley took, I I don't know how she tried to kill herself, but it was midway through Canada season
Trigger
1.
warning, by the way. Trigger warning for
Yeah, I'm
those who have
sorry.
that.
Yeah. Brita Filter overdosed on pills.
Mhm.
I, I don't think the fans are gonna stop until they see somebody die. And that's fucking disgusting. And
It is.
that's dreadful. And I hope everyone that sends death threats and that makes people feel bad literally goes through that one day and realizes how fucked up they are. Fuck you.
Yeah, because there's no reason. And you know what makes it so upsetting?
What?
Firstly, whenever they're sending all this hate to these people, 90% of the time they're never going to have they're not going to have the balls to do it in person. They
No,
would never
they
do
are
it in
fucking
person.
cowards.
Mhm.
They're fucking cowards. I've even
And
seen
second of all,
I've even seen people that were like throwing shit towards Lawrence, calling her fat, calling her this and that. And then people like the same people, literally the same accounts that were bashing Lawrence just because of her weight were the same people canceling Utica because she made some fat jokes. What the fuck? Like, what the fuck is your fucking problem? Go
they
live a life. Go live a life.
they
Get
they
outside of
pick and
Twitter.
choose. They pick and choose who they want to hate at any
Yes,
given time, and they don't give a shit. They don't care. They do not care who they hate. They
they
don't
just want to
care.
hate because their lives are fucking miserable, and they just want to lash it out on random people
And
they
you know
see
what
on the
makes it
telly
even
screen.
worse? Most of the people that act self-righteous and want to cancel somebody for something they said a couple years ago. Perfect example, charity case. Majority of the people, again, maybe one or two of them, majority of the people that I saw in those comment sections all had one thing in common: white,
Which thing?
young, and twink.
Yes, they are white. They are 12-year-olds, and yeah, they're disgusting because they haven't grown up.
It anytime I see another example, yeah, this is gonna be the first time we're gonna bring up a temporarily canceled video game character, Mario. When
Mario was
Mario,
canceled? What?
you didn't hear this. So long story short, when Mario Odyssey came out,
Mm-hmm.
there there was a costume that Mario wore in reference to a very old costume. And in the context in the game, Mario gets this costume through purchasing the clothes, and in the area he gets it from is based heavily on Mexico. So the
Okay.
costume in question would naturally make sense to be a pancho, a sombrero with some maracas.
Yeah. I know that costume. What about it?
Yeah. So people mostly white people were saying this is culturally insensitive to Mexicans, blah 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 blah. Meanwhile, actual Mexicans, hello, right here, don't give a shit because we can tell the difference. And that's the thing I hate is most of the people complain about any cultural appropriation nonsense are usually never of the actual culture. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong, there are cases where cultural appropriation absolutely deserves to be called out
Yeah.
100%. We're not saying that it doesn't happen, but what we are saying is a majority of the time, it's usually something that nobody of the actual race has an issue with.
You know, I would live if somebody did Chilean culture, since I'm Chilean and I can't speak for Mexicans, I can't speak for Native American people, but I am Chilean, and I would live if somebody were to come out in a fucking like Chilean hat with a what's the
Yeah.
name? Uh with like Chilean traditional Chilean clothing. I would live. And you know what
Mm-hmm.
makes it you know what makes me like even more mad at, at all the people that send hate?
Mm-hmm.
All the people saying, "Oh, this is cultural appropriation, this and that and that." Apart from being white and privileged, they have spare time to complain about that instead of helping the actual culture.
And on top of that, who the
All,
fuck asked?
yeah, all the people saying this is appropriating black culture, this is appropriating Native American culture. Have you ever said, I'm gonna donate $5 to a black business,
Yes,
to a black charity?
exactly.
Yeah,
These are the
they have never
same
done that.
people. The same people that will come for Thorgy Thor having dreadlocks don't pay a dime. Meanwhile, Thorgy pays more than they'll make in their lifetime to these organizations.
Exactly.
Like, y'all want to pick and choose because y'all are bored. It's a game, it's a virtual game where it's who are they going to cancel next?
They are bored and privileged.
And that is what's happening to Maddy right now. Maddy is the current target. People are bored, so they're looking for something to cancel. And this is who they're going to cancel for literally no reason other than his sexual preference.
That is stupid and basically reverse homophobia.
Literally.
Oh,
My,
oh, oh. And also, wait, I just want to say that everyone that just picks and chooses, like literally, go to hell. I've seen like drag queens culturally appropriate, and no one says a shit. But but for some reason they pick and choose whoever gets cancelled. I've seen Yara Sofia. wear dreadlocks a lot of times. I've seen Yara Sofia in like tribal native African costumes,
Mm,
and no one has said anything about it.
nobody
But
says anything about Laganja Estranja. She don't wear it
yeah,
as much these days because she's careful. But back in the day, she used to wear box braids all the time.
and also she had a huge black scent,
Mhm.
but nobody
And
want to say nothing about her.
her whole character is smoking weed, which I'm all for, but come on. um, do so safely and don't just y'all know what I mean. Don't just randomly start smoking weed, please. Please. It's not for everybody.
Yeah,
But that's what you're saying right there perfectly. There are queens who will do the exact same thing, but will be given passes. Perfect example. Nina Bonita Brown got canceled not that long ago for making a transphobic remark or what was deemed transphobic. I didn't personally get offended by it, but I could see why somebody might take it that way. At the same time, y'all were calling out Nina and sending her all the hate, but let Trixie Mattel slide by for also saying, here's the difference. Nina just said a trans man had curves. Trixie Mattel full on said tranny, and y'all said nothing.
yeah,
And this is
like
the thing. Again, it is that mentality that the fan base has. They have a pick and choose mentality and they have a wolf pack mentality where once they find their target, they will viciously tear them down.
they are like fucking hyenas. They find somebody that they can cancel or talk shit about, and they literally just start biting down that person until they
And
are
you know, I
dead.
want to, and you know, I want to say something to all those people who get upset over a queen saying something on the show. Firstly, this is an edited TV show made for your entertainment. Second of all, go audition. If you think it's that easy to sit in front of 10 cameras in front of your face, getting 6 hours of sleep at most, on top of standing on the runway for 6 hours in 11-inch heels, corsets, 40-pound breastplates, on top of probably being drenched in sweat.
And also being a little bit drunk because they all drink alcohol.
Yeah. Like y'all, if y'all think it is so easy, and keep in mind, since the people who don't know behind the scenes, this shit is not just, oh, it's so easy. No, they're filming for 12 hours a day.
Yeah,
And if y'all think this is so easy to do, go audition. Go audition and have fun going home first.
exactly.
Like, it is okay to pick apart something that somebody has said and not agree with what it said. You can do that amongst your friends and not send that vitriol to somebody else.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm hoping. It's, of course, too much to ask for because, you know, that's how the show is.
And that's how the
I'm,
internet is.
yeah, I'm hoping this season that's what people will do. People will just watch it, maybe not agree with everything there. And hell, you don't even have to like the fashion choices. That's the best part about it. You don't have to like fashion choices of a queen and bash somebody else. For example, I'm real good friends with Egg, and me and him regularly disagree on fashion.
Yeah, we're not fighting over it. I love her to like my core. She's literally like my sister. And even if we
Mhm.
disagree on something, we're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't like this? Oh, okay, girl, work."
Yeah,
We are
he
not
might.
gonna have a fucking fight. We're not gonna have like a crusade
Yeah,
over
we might
something.
make jokes towards each other like, "Oh, you're
Yeah,
delusional, bitch," but that's just it. It's a joke.
yeah. Jokes like, "Oh, you're delusional," or like, "Oh, you have zero taste." Like
Mhm.
those are just like fun jokes amongst friends.
Yeah, yeah. For example, I thought I thought Mary Cherry was hilarious on Dragula. Egg thought she was annoying. We
Yeah, I
still
thought
love
she was kind of
Dragula.
annoying.
And
Oh my
yeah,
god. The only moment I found funny about shit Mary is was when Sarah was like, "Shut up, Mary."
and that was Sarah's moment.
I know. It was so funny.
Girl, my favorite moment from Mary is when she said the line, "Don't get dickmatized before you even get the dick."
Yes, I lived for that too.
Oh my God. So, in conclusion, since I'm kind of starting to notice this video's been going on for an hour. This is all to say what we said at the very beginning. Don't send hate to Maddie if you're not fond of her. That's your personal opinion, but do not tear her down. Don't say she's the reason that other types of performers don't get on the show when, again, she has zero control over that. And she, once again, did not take anyone's opportunity away. She got on fair and square, just like everyone else.
Yeah.
So that
Also,
is, go ahead.
also, I gotta teach everyone a lesson.
Mhm.
We right here, we are not speaking our opinion. We are pleading people to stop sending hate. And to everyone that shares their opinion that is negative, fuck you, and nobody fucking asked for your opinion. Literally no one.
Mhm.
If you think people care about your negative opinion, you're self-absorbed and you're an asshole. Please shut up. And if you don't have anything nice to say, save it to yourself.
Literally. And if you really are having an issue with someone's fashion on the show, that's what the toot and boot posts are for.
Yeah, and even that, you only have to toot and boot. Don't like write paragraphs of hate. Like, for example, I didn't like Lala Ree's fashion on season 13. And well, a lot of people didn't. But I love Lala. I really love her. She's a
She's
really
hilarious.
talented performer, and her fashion choices do not represent what she is.
Mhm. And she's gotten above and beyond better too.
Oh yeah, she got the money now.
Hmm.
And like,
And
just because I don't like Lala Ree's fashion doesn't mean I went to Instagram, I went to
mhm,
her DMs, and I said, "Hey, you ugly black bitch, you should kill yourself and you should get hit by a bus." Like, I didn't do that. Why do people even do that?
I have no idea. And then people,
People are just hateful and disgusting.
because they're bored. That's literally the answer. They are bored. And it is
Like I
pretty
said,
shitty.
like I said, there are people dying, there are people in war, there are people whose rights are being violated every single day, and you're worried about a gay show? Yikes, mama. Yikes,
Yeah.
mama. That's gonna be my
I'm just gonna
catchphrase
say.
from
I'm
now
just gonna
on.
say.
Yikes,
Yeah,
ma.
I'm just gonna say this. I know this is gonna sound vulgar, but I don't think I really care at this point. Just because this man wants to, just because this man likes women, does not mean it impacts how his drag is going to be. If, for example, if the mini challenge is to act like a slut, yeah, of course he's going to be able to pretend he likes sucking dick. It's not hard to do.
It's not really hard. Just look at Catherine.
Girl. But like it's the truth though. It's not, it's literally not. It's literally doesn't take away anything at all.
No, her sexuality doesn't represent her talent. And at this point, we're in 2021. We're in 2022 basically. And we we shouldn't be judging the talent of people based on their sexuality. It reminds me of like the 70s or the 80s where they were judging Freddie Mercury and Elton John on their talent just because they were gay. Like, that is medieval. That is
Yeah.
straight up like a medieval way of thought. So we shouldn't be thinking like that either.
Mhm.
It's just, yeah, I'm sure
Disgusting
you could hear it.
display.
I'm sure you could hear literally. I'm sure you could hear it in the sound of my voice. I'm just kind of tired of it
Oh, me too.
because
I am pissed.
it's like I cannot open my Instagram, hell, Twitter. I can't open either one and look at a post about someone I actually am rooting for this season because again, the promo look stunning. Their Meet the Queens hilarious. Their
And the
fucking cast reveal look with that planet,
oh,
that freaking acid trip planet thing, stunning.
it is one of the best looks I've seen. It's like hard
And we
candy
can't even
glowing. I
appreciate
love
it.
it.
We can't even appreciate it because people are so pissed that this straight man is doing makeup better than them, that this straight man is walking in heels better than them, that this straight man is corseting better than them.
Oh my god, a straight man is doing gay things better than me. I'm gonna cancel him and I'm gonna send him death threats.
Yeah, that's the fan base. It's like,
Oh my god, I fucking hate you, Maddie.
why do you hate Maddie?
Because I just do.
And that's the thing. Sometimes it isn't even because he's straight. Sometimes they just hate for no reason
Yeah,
at all. They just hate.
Priyanka, wait, Priyanka on her song Come Through said it the best. You hate on me only because you hate yourself.
Literally.
Yeah, you hate on queens because you hate yourself. Like, live a life. Live a life. Ah!
Yeah, there's world there's a world outside of social justice.
Oh my
You go
god, I
into the
didn't know that.
yeah, like you can still believe what you want to believe. And when I say there's a world outside of social justice, I'm not saying to give up your activism. I'm not saying to give up what you believe in. But you also have to learn that not every person is the enemy.
Yeah, I've
That's
seen
not,
a lot of
you said
victim
it perfectly.
behavior
That's not
online.
activism. It is not
Yeah, I
activism. It
hate
is
it.
hatred.
Yeah, and when you're sending waves of hate towards people for no reason, you're saying death threats, and you're like being disgusting and like leaking things like their phone number, their address. That is terrorism. That is harassing,
Hmm.
and it's just disgusting.
Literally. Y'all are that pissed off. First of all, and this is another thing too, y'all realize that this shit has already been filmed. So no matter how much you complain about Maddie being here, it's already been filmed. There's
Yeah,
nothing you can do.
I think people don't have the brain to understand that.
I don't think they have a brain at all.
Oh, me neither, girl. They have the
Well,
brain the size of a peanut.
yep, the only functionable brain cell they have is that singular brain cell they use to send hate. They have that one hate cell.
Yes.
That's what they have. They have a singular hate cell, and it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, at this point is literally ridiculous.
Hmm. Like I saw somebody on the on their Instagram earlier because you know how Instagram in the stories ask lets you put the thing that says ask me a question and then they you could look at the questions and answer them.
Yeah.
So somebody had a question thing and the question was, oh, what are your thoughts on Maddy Morphosis or whatnot? Now this person wasn't as hateful as the rest of them, but it was still like not a necessary comment to make.
What was the
It
comment?
was it was pretty much something along the lines of I don't have a problem with him being here, but I don't think he should be celebrated when we still don't have drag kings or black cisgender women. It's
I
just
mean,
like,
they do have a point, but at the same time, we gotta realize that
yeah, it's like
we,
that wasn't the question. The question was, what do you think about them? Not what do you think about their presence?
yeah,
And Maddie even said in their Meet the Queens interview that they do not want to be a straight drag queen. They want to be a drag queen who happens to be straight.
oh my god,
They
I
don't
saw
want,
somebody on the comments being like, "Oh my god, that makes no sense." It does make sense. Read a fucking book. I'm sorry, read a book.
it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that that just means he doesn't want the only thing people know about him being that he is straight.
It's like Aja. Aja doesn't want people to only know them by being a drag queen. They are a rapper that happens to do drag. That's all.
Mhm.
Thanks for listening, whore.
Literally. I cannot wait for this season to air. I will try my hardest to ignore the comments, but if I see one, they're getting blocked.
Oh, don't block them. I want to see them.
Oh, don't worry, I'll screenshot them, then I'll block them.
Yes, I like that.
But that's unfortunately what we have to do. But, you know, Maddie, once again, if you are watching this, thank you for being on the show and what you are going to do. Egg said it perfectly. You are going to be breaking down so many barriers. You are going to
Yeah,
be teaching people that just because you are a man who wants to wear makeup, heels, and is an overall feminine person does not mean that you are gay.
yeah, Maddie, if you're watching this, my message to you is keep slaying and you're changing drag for the better. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, me and Egg are probably going to go meet in our DMs right now because we pretty much already said everything we needed to say.
Oh, yeah, we did. We talked a lot of
Yeah,
shit for like 1 hour.
I know. So, this is Kunimitsu 877 signing out. Go ahead, sign out, Egg.
Oh, I'm a twink. Bye.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.